This is Paranormal Short Session 23 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of September, 2022. I'm going to turn on my Ovilus Vibes, since sometimes I forget. My first question is, do you have a question for me? And if you like to ask me a question, any question is okay.
Aura. Catch.
I have to look at that. Catch, and looks like the first one was Ura, spelled A-U-R-A, and the second was Catch, C-A-T-C-H. Huh. Age. Aura. Aura, isn't that the life force or energy that certain people can see that surround other people? Catch.
Pendant.
Age. My age, I'm 64. Pendant. Yeah, sometimes. Catch. Do you want me to catch something? Are you trying to catch me? Or are you trying to catch my aura? Anyone watching at home, if A-U-R-A supposed means something else, let me know, alright? Thanks. Alright, well, let's take a look at this interesting tombstone at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. It says, Fannie L. Lewis, born May 11th, 1838, died July 4th, 1893. Gosh, I'm looking at the age. I won't say her age because the leaf has covered it. And she got a little footstone down here. Alright, the next one over to her left, a little footstone, and this one says at the top, Bush. Our baby died February 18th, 1895, age 14 days. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Oh, I'm sorry that your baby died so young. Alright, let's move along. We have over here, see if I got any more words. Are there any more questions that you have that you want answered? Catch. Do you want to catch me, or do you want me to catch something? Alright, if you don't have any more questions for me, I'm going to go ahead and I have a question for Dr. John Gorey, if he's in the area, if he can take time and answer a question for me. Most people are wondering what your cause of death was, and it's a mystery. If you don't want to say, could you at least give us a hint? Thank you, Dr. John Gorey. And if the people listening don't know, Dr. John Gorey is the famous doctor who was passed away here in Apalachicola, I think it was 1852. And while he was here, he treated people for all different types of tropical diseases that they got, yellow fever. And he found that people would recover if there's a cold front coming through, and they weren't, when they were having a high fever, if they were subjected to the heat and humidity, they would die from that. So if it was cool outside, they had a better chance of living. And that's why he entered a patent for making ice, and also entered a patent for like the first mechanics for the first air conditioner. So, alright, moving right along. We have Winfrey Archer Bazette, born March 1853, passed away November 28th, 1926. Well, we got another word. We got Sift, S-I-F-T. I think I've got sift before here. What do you mean by sift? Sift through what? No, I can't break the earth and sift for anything in the earth. Sift through the leaves? Have to be more specific. Sifting for gold. Sifting for artifacts. You know, I guess they could do archaeological dig here if the city would approve it. Then they could find some artifacts. Vow. Well, I can't take a vow to make them do anything. I mean, I'm not that influential, but I would imagine doing artifacts in a graveyard has been done, especially in St. Augustine. But it might be have to be a big enough area that they won't disturb any bodies. And different jurisdictions have different rules about digging for artifacts in graveyards. So I don't know what those rules are. My biggest project now is just doing paranormal research. I don't really have the time to invest in digging for artifacts in a possible graveyard here in, you know, Apalachicola, Florida. But thanks for the suggestion. I'll keep it in mind for some time in the future, maybe. My name is Keith Evans. Can you tell me what your name is? I'll just let everyone know that the equipment I'm using, the video camera and the Ovilus 5, to the best of my knowledge, will not harm a ghost or spirit. If you use the Ovilus 5, it does drain your energy. So just be, you know, mindful of that. So you might want to say more, but be out of energy. So, and I'm going to put this on YouTube and some little short advertisements also on Instagram, and I'm back on Facebook. They invited me back. So, anyway, that's the update on that. Let's go back to Bazette. I know the Bazette, there's a pharmacy in town by that name, and at least one or two pharmacists by that name. That was Winfrey there, and also Joseph Bazette. Let me see, born December 6, 1851, and died Apalachicola, Florida, June 24th. Gosh, it's either 1903 or 1908. A little bit of a grave cradle there for Joseph Bazette, and on this side, just a footstone for Winfrey Archer Bazette. All right, I'll make my way over here and look at some of these smaller tombstones. Now, this one's kind of covered up. Well, it's small. I don't see any writing on it except a B at the top. B with a period. This is Joseph Bazette. Probably a child's grave. There's one. Maybe I should zoom out a little bit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Blind.
Let's see what that word was. Sift is spelled S-I-F-T. Vow is V-O-W-E-L. And blind, B-L-I-N-D. Well, I do need to get my eyes examined and some new glasses, but I'm not really blind. Unless you're telling me about yourself. Which if you are, I'm sorry that happened to you. I wouldn't want to be blind. Margaret Winfried Maggie Bazette, born December 3rd, 1882, and passed away November 9th, 1976. Rest in peace. That's a fairly recent burial. I think I saw one that was in the 80s in this graveyard. So, ghosts and spirits, if there's any snakes around, guide me so I don't step on them, because I don't want to be bitten. Thank you, ghosts and spirits. There's so many brown leaves on the ground that the snake's going to blend in with the terrain. Now this is a unique tombstone here. There's two people. It's kind of one tombstone for two people. It's got 2 footstones, and it's got a little cement slab over the tomb, and you see the border around the 2-person family plot. And I'll start from the left and read. Start from the right and read to the left. On the right is Martha, Sarah. Is it Chris? Wife of William Augusta Fairley. Born July 13th, 1827. Passed away May 14th, 1889. William Augusta Fairley, he was son of Stephen and Martha Fairley. Born December 25th, 1818. Passed away April 17th, 1870. Well, that's a pretty cool tombstone. I'm going to try to zoom in on that. Well, we got another word. Let me see what it is. Hobble. H-O-B-B-L-E. Yeah, I guess you could say I kind of hobble when I walk. That's not a really neat walk, but I'll survive. Let me see. Hobble is spelled H-O-B-B-L-E. I get that a lot. Alright. There's a close-up look at the 2 gravestones connected together. Alright. Let's go on to gravestones with, this one is laying on its side. Looks like it says Reynolds. I think I might have got a picture of this on one of the other tombstones. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh, this is a neat one. Cross at the top, born January 22nd, 1899, died July 13th, 1901. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4 part tombstone, and it's got a over the grave cradle. It's got another large tombstone. It says Clarence G. Sagrini, rest in peace, and it's got a nice little footstone with some writing on it. I'm not going to try to read it. It's hard to read for me. Alright, next to that is the tombstone with a big cross at the top. It's got the initials IHS. Looks like that one has IHS also. And that's 1, looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 part tombstone. Has mother there and the 3rd one up from the bottom. 4th from the bottom says Our Mother Mary Poland. And the rest of it's too small for me to read. I'll try to zoom in on it and see if I can read any of it. That looks like let's give us a couple more words. Mary Poland, born in New York, died in Pensacola, August 9th, looks like 90. Rest in peace. Alright, let me zoom back out. Let's see what words we got here. Well, this flag gave me Maine or make. Let me look. Make, M-A-K-E. Hobble was H-O-B-B-L-E. One was before make, M-A-K-E, and drop, D-R-O-P. Make drop. Alright, there's a footstone there that's got a little grave cradle on each side, and that's for the Mary Poland. Are you gonna make me drop? Well, I know some people, you know, respond to negativity, but I'm just gonna ignore that. Make drop. Is there something gonna fall on me, or you give me a warning? Let me look around. It looks like some dead branches up here, but I think I'm fairly safe from them falling on me. If you're giving me a warning, can you give me a little more specific warning than make drop? Alright, there's a headstone there. It looks like it says M. McCormick. That's hard to read. Then it says Captain Henry McCormick. Born in Baton Rouge, March 18th, 1841. Died in Columbus, I guess that's Georgia, October 24th, 1884. All right. And then over here we have another little, the border, grave cradle, but no tombstone. So, alright, let's walk over here. You can see there's like a border around this. There's a little, I guess for a child, a little covering of the grave there. Well, back over here we have Captain something Poland. Captain Nathan Poland. Born Friends, Maine. Born Friendship, Maine. That must be the name of a town. He was born in February 18th, 1840, and died in Columbus, Georgia, December 31st, 1891. Oh. Sangaree. A little emblem up top, cross, and a big tombstone below the cross, and then the slab looks like it goes all the way through to support the tombstone, all the way out to the foot. So it says Father V.G. Sangaree. I might be pronouncing it wrong, my apologies. Sangaree Sr., born in Apalachicola, Florida, February 11th, 1874, and died June 19th, 1926. There's a little stone down here between the two, and it's got the little flower thing between the two, which has a base and a urn to put flowers in. It's got the little emblem up at the top. I guess that's the person's initials. And the last name, Sangaree. Mother, Margaret E. Sangaree. Born Columbus, Georgia, March 5th, 1875. Died Apalachicola, Florida, May 28th, 1951. It's a fairly early one, in the 50s. But it hasn't been that long ago. Some are like 100 years ago they were buried. Alright. This one has a nice little slab on it, and it's a VG, Victor George, born October 27th, 1904, passed away August 23rd, looks like 1969, so that's fairly new also, from the 60s. It's got a little emblem there, which is interesting. Let me see if I can zero in on that. There you go. Maybe some type of family crescent or something. This one doesn't have it. Zoom out. And there's a little, looks like the base goes between both tombstones that are separate, and then Sangaree in between with a little pot for flowers. And then it's got the cement, you know, base covering the where the body would be. And this is Aline Gibson, October 15th, 1900, passed away November 2nd, 1988. Wow, that's one from the 80s. Well, that's probably one of the newest ones I've seen. Well, this is even getting newer. Well, maybe it's new enough, just out of respect for the family, that we'll just glance over and move on, because some families get upset if they're still alive and you talk about their family. But anyway, it is, we've got about 8 minutes left. I'm going to walk over here and just, this is a cement slab without any writing or marking, so there's someone buried there. This looks like it got broke off of something. And over here we have a nice grave cradle. It's kind of laying sideways. Got a little cross base on it, but I don't see any writing on this. So we'll ride along and check out get down this way. It says Anthony, gosh, it's hard to read that other one. Looks like born 1882, passed away 19, I don't know, it looks like 32. That's hard to see. Let me get here, zero in on it. Maybe somebody at home will be able to see it better than I can. I'll gradually go over it from left to right, quickly back, and from left to right. I'm seeing some mirror image from stuff behind me, so it's not coming any better for me. So this has got a nice little boundary around it. Looks like it's at least room for 1, 2 people over there, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8, even though they took up a lot of space here with this, and then not enough space on this side for another person. These are neat. The grave cradle, it looks like it's a base back there, but just one tombstone in between with the cross, a middle initials up there or something. And you can see that it's got a neat little footstone. The graves are covered with cement. Looks like it's over brick. And on this side, I thought there might be some writing at the footstone, but it's not. This one had has a little urn for flowers, and this one looks like it got broken off. That might be part of that piece over there that somehow got broken off. I might be wrong, but it says Catannetti. That's a really neat one. That's big. So all right, what do we got? I just want to show you the trees and all. The trees are really nice, and some of these trees apparently have been here, you know, since at least the 1850s. I don't know about the palm trees, but you can just see the the nice view with the trees and all. So it's a pretty serene type graveyard. I suggest if you like doing paranormal research and you're respectful and you're not into being frightened and all that, come here during the daylight so you can actually see what's going on. So many times in the dark, if you can't see what you're actually looking at, your brain's going to try to make sense out of it. And as your brain's trying to make sense out of what you can't see, I feel that some people will mistake that for paranormal activity. So